right, coming to you from the Illegal Shift Studio. It's another episode of the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. Hi, everyone. Back at full strength now with my eyesight back.
I swear to God, you're going to go straight. You're going straight to hell. You're just going straight to hell. There's no reason.
Straight to hell.
I'm Dan Carroll. Jason Kiefer is here. Pappas is here.
Frickin'.
And what a time we are about to have. It is absolutely amazing the amount of stuff that is going on. And there is a new movement that is underway by those, our friends on the left. And it just so happens that one of those on the left happens to be a former girlfriend of Andrew's who sent me a video expressing her outrage at Pappas for the things that he does on a continual basis. And this is just a short message here, but let's hear it and crank up the sound there, Keith, and let's hear what Andrew's friend has to say.
I thought I had her dialed up, and I fucked it up.
All right, here we go. Send it on TikTok.
It's like an audio proctology.
Yeah, here we go. Crank it up. Here we go.
We will not be silenced. The silent riot has begun.
So there you go. She will not be silenced there. There's silence there, Pappas. How dare you? How dare you try to stomp all over the First Amendment rights of that young woman?
Back in
How
the
dare
day,
you?
Back in the day, she was a wildcat. That's all I'm telling you.
She was a wildcat.
They want to, and it turns out I saw another video where there's about 15 or 20 different lip cards all saying the same thing. So this is their thing now.
That's what the better sounded like. And then Andrew got done. It was
we will not be silent. So they're saying that they won't be silenced, and that the silent riot has been. So
what's a silent riot?
They're silencing themselves, are they not?
Wasn't that a song from the 80s, like Silent Riot or something? Wasn't that
Quiet Riot was a group. Quiet Riot.
I knew I was close. I was pretty close. Silent, quiet, same thing.
So I mean,
what are they upset about? I just don't understand. Why did they eternally?
Who is taking away their First Amendment rights? So that's
no
what I
one.
want to know.
But don't they have anything better to do than just constantly, whatever. I mean, I did see an article and I shared it. And the article, sorry, my mic is low. Jilly Billy's telling me we did a test, but he's not listening. There was an article about the pinging of cell numbers of the people that attended the rally.
It's because normally he puts it all the way in his mouth, and he's not doing it today. So now I have to change it. Thank you, Joe Bill. Appreciate you.
Put your
I love you.
So anyway, and it was saying how the phone numbers that were pinging at the rally for Bernie Sanders and AOC were remarkably, they I don't know how they analyzed this, but the phone numbers were the same numbers that were pinging in other. So basically, that there was not an organic. It was not an organic rally. These people were brought in for these rallies and
paid to be there.
Paid to be there.
Wow.
And there's
Money
another
was changing hands.
There
That's
was
nice.
another thing I saw. I
That's
shared also.
That's never happened before.
No, and there was another thing I shared, and it said how basically I need to dig some more on it, but money was being funneled from Obama to I think it was an NGO, but the money was going to a Cayman account to pay for protesters. And I just have to do some more digging on that one. But I mean, basically, what would they call the fake protesters? AstroTurf? Was it AstroTurf?
AstroTurf. Yeah, that's the.
Yes.
So this isn't grassroots. This is AstroTurf, and I'm not really that worried about it. Like, for example, Chuck Schumer did admit that they are sending people to these Republican town halls to be just nothing more than troublemakers, and that's why a lot of trouble's breaking out at town halls.
Well, that's what gets on the news. They want to get these people on the news. They want to act up, and the news people are, oh my God, someone's making a scene, and that's what's going to make your local news. So that's how they sort of embed this into the general conversation that all these Republican lawmakers who are going to their town hall meetings are being shouted down by their supposed supporters or their mega supporters, and somehow this is the unraveling of mega support across the country.
Well, how can that be? Because Trump's approval rating now is hitting.
It's unbelievable. And well, the other part of that narrative is that people hate JD Vance all of a sudden.
How?
That JD Vance is wildly unpopular.
Really?
Did you hear the nothing is solidified? I guarantee you it's AI, but it's a conversation that was recorded where JD Vance is talking shit about Elon, saying, well, I mean, he's making us look bad. He's not doing what we want him to do. But if you listen to it, and I've heard 2 different recordings, on social media websites, which I don't take for granted. And it's so AI, you can tell. But you have these fucking Dems going,
running with it.
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? And it's so stupid.
Well,
it's ignorant.
And then there's another thing that's making the rounds on the social media today, and that is Donald Trump has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and they're showing the star. Someone left a pickaxe there, and they busted up the Donald Trump star on the Walk of Fame.
That'll show him.
Which is actually a picture that it turns out it came from like 1998 or 90. I mean, it's old. I don't know how old it is. It's an old picture.
Yeah,
but they want to pass it off as if it's something that just happened today. But before we move on from this topic, Andrew, read this headline right here, if you would, please.
The Biden administration waged war on free speech with 57 censorship initiatives.
57.
Wow. Why did we not hear about that?
Well, this is a major report by MRC News. A guy named Daniel Schneider. I had him on my show last week, and they put this report out, and it is literally chapter and verse of all the different things that the Biden, big and small, things that the Biden administration did specifically that targeted the First Amendment rights of everyone you see here, everyone that's watching the show, every American citizen. So this nonsense that somehow we are the ones who want to silence the left, and those who disagree with Donald Trump is complete bullshit. It was your guy. It was your administration that did it through using the apparatus of the federal government that did everything they possibly could to determine what you could see, what you could read, what you could hear, what was on the news every night.
And on social media.
Every night.
And
I never heard the term weaponization.
Yeah.
As much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, until like in the last 5 years.
In typical leftist form, what we have here is we have liberals, the left, accusing Republicans of doing exactly what they are doing because that's what they do. And that's just Saul Alinsky. That's, rules for radicals. It's what they do. So I'm not. Are you surprised? I'm not.
No, I'm not at all.
I just wish more people would be aware. I guess might be a good point, and that's part of the thrust of this show is to make you aware of things that see. I wasn't aware of that, and I thank you for sharing it. I'm going to look into it.
Yeah. So you go ahead and do Quiet Riot all you want.
Was it Quiet Riot or was it Silent Riot?
Silent Riot.
What was it?
The silent. We will not be silenced. The Silent Riot.
Now all I'm picturing is a dude on the hood of a car in a music video.
Wait, was that the girl on that? That was a different video.
No. You're thinking of Connie Katane.
Yeah, with
Toddy Katane or whatever her name was.
And then what was
but Quiet Riot, he did the same shit, but he had I can't remember his real name. Oh shit. Can't remember his real name. He did the same shit.
So it was a spoof?
Yes.
Oh.
But don't they call that an oxymoron? Is that the right word for that?
Which one?
But when you say we will not be silenced,
no,
the silent riot has begun because
they're
saying that we won't be silent,
but we are being silent.
But yet we are being silent. Our riot is silent.
Oxymoron. Yeah, absolutely.
Which of course their riot isn't silent. You got Jasmine Crockett out there.
She's not silent.
Who's calling for Ted Cruz to be. What is it with these leftists?
Jasmine Crockett's such.
What is it with these people? I mean,
you mean they're violent?
What is it with them?
They can't.
Jasmine Crockett wants Ted Cruz to get beat up. Tim Walz is out there saying he's going to throw down with any mega supporter,
right?
And he feels like he can whoop their ass,
right?
I mean, what is it with these people?
And I get attacked at Waffle House or Pancake House.
And you get it, by some
radical leftist
skell.
Should we play
Joe Biden was always
play that
talking
video again because I still have it.
Joe Biden was always talking about how he wanted to take Trump out behind the gym.
Yeah, he used to say that. Remember
teach him a lesson.
Back in my day, I'd take him behind the gym and spit my teeth at him.
Him and Corn Pop.
That's right. Feel the hair.
Well, here before we get into the fucking wrestling part of it, let's play this again one more time because it's just worth it.
All right, one more fucking step forward.
You'll go to jail.
Fine by me. Pussy. Step out back. Well, don't call the cops.
You're the one that hides behind a fake fucking social media page. It's nothing but a comment.
Why are you putting my fucking name? You're the moderator. It ain't fucking no fake. You're the moderator. Get the fuck out of my face, motherfucker. Just call the police and call 911 right now. Okay.
Pappas almost fell over.
Now look at how concerned I am.
It's so
Because
it's so worth playing.
Those
over
atrophied arms are going to really hurt me, and I just like.
I will never delete this out of this media asset of StreamYard. I will never delete it. But with that,
don't say never.
With that actually, I mean, it rolls. I mean, it rolls right in. It rolls right in because we've got a bunch of fucktards.
Let's see it.
That are trying to like divide everything and trying to play their part. Even though he doesn't realize he's getting left in the wind because I don't know how much you've paid attention to Tim Walz, but apparently Bernie Sanders and AOC are going to be the next
nominees.
The next nominees, which is great.
Future of the party.
But your boy Tim Walz, anybody that follows him, this is what he did with your boy Gavin.
This I think I could kick most of their ass. I do think that if they want to do it. I know I can outrun them, but I don't know if we're going to fall into that place where we want to. Okay, we challenge you to a WWE fight here.
That was the first time I really watched Gavin Newsom's reaction to that, and he's got this look on his face like this guy is an absolute clown.
Loon.
This guy, I can't believe this is like my third show, and this is the guy I've got on.
The fact that Gavin Newsom is saying that he's a clown.
What is? And look, there's breaking reports today. Just now, breaking reports 3 or 4 hours ago. They found incendiary devices at Tesla dealerships in Austin, Texas. Okay, those are bombs. So my question is, what is the left's infatuation with violence? I mean, they used to be the party of peace and coexist and let's all get along and kumbaya and all this. So when did they become? When is it that we allowed them to become so just absolutely
Well, it's typical
radicalized?
for Democrats. I saw a great post on social media a day or so ago, and I wish I would have saved it for this show. But essentially what it said was that, back when the Ku Klux Klan first formed by Democrats, they used to burn crosses in people's yards as a means of intimidating them.
Correct.
Now they burn Teslas.
That's exactly
and
right.
So that part of the playbook, that part of that's in their DNA when it comes to burning things, has not left them. And then I saw where Elon Musk was going to decorate an IRS building up as a Tesla store.
I saw that today.
It's on the B. God bless
like,
the
the
B.
Now, that's pretty funny.
The Democrats will burn it down. That's fine.
I mean, when in this country as a conservative, and you guys are definitely conservatives, well, mostly conservatives, and that's not a diss. I'm just saying that, you might be more libertarian than Republican, which is fine.
Get your words out.
Well, here's the deal. When did you want to, being raised, did you ever consider violence as a viable option for your political disagreement?
No. Absolutely not.
Neither did I. But I thought they always complain we're the party of the NRA and guns and we're violent. Blah. All we know is violence. But actually, the proof shows, evidence is just exactly the opposite. The left cannot handle, and I've been a firm believer. I've said it for years. The leftists, liberals are ruled by emotions and not logic. And when your emotions get the best of you, which they're clearly bubbling up, you just have a circuit breaker fart and you can't handle the emotion, so they freak out.
But I remember when it comes to myself, and this goes back to the mid to late 1980s for me, when my political outlook really started changing and forming into what it is now. I remember seeing different shows and different commentators and people talking about and giving different sets of facts than what you would see on your typical newscast every night. And I remember saying to myself, where are they getting all this information? Where is all this stuff coming from? And I really went out of the way to seek it out. And I started reading columnists like Michelle Malkin. And I started paying a lot of more attention to people like Walter Williams and Thomas Sowell.
Were you a big Rush Limbaugh listener back
then?
Oh,
absolutely. When Rush Limbaugh first started, and before that, Paul Harvey.
Oh, Paul Harvey, the great.
So yeah, for me, it was always about having better arguments in the arena of ideas. Never once
ideas, exactly
did it occur to me that I wanted to be a Tim Walz type guy and slap on the tights and get into the ring and try and beat somebody's brains out.
You know, when I thought that the discussion couldn't get any more disgusting, now the vision of Tim Walz and spandex is kind of flashing through my head, and
He's not going to do it.
We
We
tried to do a good job with our thumbnail on YouTube,
but we didn't
because
have that.
well, no, I think Jonathan Bates, who made our thumbnail, I think he did a great job, because I texted him. I said, you made him look like Butterbean, which was fucking perfect. He was just in a singlet versus boxing shorts.
I don't want to see too much.
I wouldn't consider Tim Walz the most fit 60-plus-year-old out there.
But I think it's amazing that he's throwing that out there, that he can beat the ass of a Trump supporter or whatever. So we have a WWE commentator, or a writer rather, not commentator, who has his thoughts, and then we've got another video after it. It's perfect.
Hey, I'm Scott Johnson, host of Going Ringside. WWE legend Kane, now Mayor Glenn Jacobs, a high-profile Trump-supporting Republican, has challenged vice presidential candidate Tim Walz to a wrestling match. This follows Walz going on Governor Gavin Newsom's podcast and saying he thinks he could beat most MAGA supporters in a WWE-type match or fight. Now, Kane, known for his time in the ring, is asking Walz to join him in a charity wrestling match. He's even put up $10,000 already, but just fascinating to see the politics and the pro wrestling overlapping in major ways right now, as Kane has challenged Tim Walz to a charity wrestling match.
Fantastic.
you got a fucking a pro wrestling / fake wrestling commentator, writer, who's grabbing onto it. And I've looked at more of his stuff. That's the one I wanted for today. And he was like, what is this guy thinking? He goes, even though he's been a mayor for years, the fact that Tim Walz thinks that he can get in a ring with him.
Kane's a pretty big dude.
Dude, he's fucking huge. Here's a response from
and he probably was one of the best wrestlers of his generation too.
Oh, he's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer. But here's Glenn Jacobs, mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Well, what Governor Walz said was completely inappropriate, and it needed to be called out. Obviously, the Democrats realize that in catering to the far left wing of their party, they have created a masculinity problem for themselves, which shouldn't come as a surprise. After all, they've been preaching for years that there's no difference between men and women. However, they believe that masculinity means that you get on TV and you talk tough and you drop the occasional curse word, and you go out and apparently being strong means that you burn down Tesla dealerships, which obviously that is not what being masculine or being tough is all about. In fact, they just look like petulant, spoiled little brats.
Right there, man.
How about that?
Just boom, right?
Well, I think it's hilarious, the fact that he still wants to be involved, and he'll jump in. He doesn't care, but I mean he's got his Kane recognition, but also he's been a good mayor from everything that I've heard. They've done a couple documentaries on him, in the past. The fact that he called him out and said, "Hey, I got 10 grand. You want to go? Let's do it."
Well, the thing is, that wouldn't be a very good pay-per-view match because it would probably last about 10 seconds.
Well, could
maybe
Tim Walz
less.
get through the ring? I mean, you got to go through those ropes, and that's kind of tricky.
Well, he'd need some, one of those ADA things to get up there, get up in the ring.
Here's the deal: you really can't believe anything that Tim Walz says. Need I remind you? And I don't know if we have a clip of it, but the same guy that was celebrating the decline in Tesla stock until someone said, "Hey, Tim, your state owns a bunch of Tesla stock, and it's not good for the retirees of your state pension when you're talking the stock down." And then a day or so later says, "I was just kidding," when clearly he was not kidding, and he's getting a lot of flack over it. But this is someone that actually believes that he is a viable candidate for the Democrat nomination for coming up here this next election cycle. So choose wisely.
But my reaction to that is not that I want to shut this guy up. Not that I want to remove him from the stage. My reaction is let's have more Tim Walz.
Let it go.
Let Tim Walz wallow in it. Let him go to every venue he can possibly go to. let him put his message out there for all to see.
Give us
Jill
please.
will tell me in the chats and she's in the chats, but I can't remember the movie. We always make the joke here around this house is you just get up there and sing your song. You just get up there and sing your song. Just do it. Just do it. I hope he does.
Let your freak flag fly.
I completely hope he does. Oh my God,
Mr.
And then
Jonathan Bates. I gave you a shout out, but thank you again for the thumbnail because I was
awesome thumbnail.
I think it was awesome. You texted me last night, said you asked me for the weirdest shit, and I said yes, I do.
And then our buddy Zeke Arkham responded to Tim Walz as well.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. That's the movie. That's the movie. You guys should watch that. That's a great one.
You like chick flicks, don't you?
I can watch. I watch anything.
Okay.
He goes to theater, so he's.
I know. Oh, how was the theater?
Yeah,
it was fantastic.
Did you cry?
Well, hold on. Let's look at the post. Do you have the post by Zeke?
Do you want to hear about theater, or you want the
well, we'll put the post up by Zeke, and just to before, and then we'll get off of this. Then we'll hear about your trip to the theater.
Let's see where I put that.
I think we should
I
play
just
some,
grabbed it.
Did I
should
grab
play some soft music.
It's not a video.
That's probably in my email. You emailed it.
What
Right?
I think I did.
Well, keep talking because I got to find it.
Did I not email it? Maybe I didn't email it.
I don't think.
I think I did email it.
Is Mamma Mia playing in the theater? Is that what he went and saw?
No, that is not.
Mamma Mia.
You're gonna feel like a complete piece of shit.
I don't feel anything.
Well, you have no emotion.
That's
You're right.
Correct.
I forgot about you.
It's all right. I was
There
in
you go.
politics.
I got you, Dan.
Oh, you got it? Okay, there it is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You have no emotion.
That's right.
Andrew.
Had him removed. Thank you.
You're a piece of shit.
Thank you very much.
All right. Jason's got our response from our buddy Zeke Arkham, who is, by the way, if
I
you
wish Brody upstairs would shut the fuck up, though.
The dude is absolutely jacked.
I'm getting a fucking bark collar.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with Zeke. Zeke is a big dude.
He's got some skills,
and he's a police officer.
So it's not a video.
No, you want to read it?
Oh, I thought he normally throws videos.
Yeah, no video on this one. Just
all right, Zeke Arkham. Dear Tim Walz, I'm a dyed-in-the-wool Trump supporter. If your little fabulous ass thinks you can beat my ass, I'm your Huckleberry. Ask Charles Barkley how it worked out for him. I don't back down from anyone. Name the time and the place. I'm happily to come and serve you a 2-piece, some biscuits, a full order of sides, and a complimentary drink, supersized. Let a brother know. No hugs, Zeke.
He's on a roll.
And there's Zeke.
He's great.
So Tim Wall, there's another one of your mega people that you can whoop their ass.
And what's he got? East Coast mega. Zeke does not fuck around.
That's good stuff.
I thought you sent me a video. I'm sorry. I was a little bit behind.
That's all right.
Behind the 8 ball there.
So now we're on to your theater. I think we left that
theater.
So how was your night?
The Aronoff Theater in downtown Cincinnati.
Was a great show. Something that a show I had never heard of. And
which was?
Well, I mean, I had been to other shows like, Phantom of the Opera, Lion King, and I'm like, Wicked. Like, okay, cool. And I asked Jill, what's the name of the show? She was like, Come From Away. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is that?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
What was I going to do?
COME From Away. But ended up being fantastic. And what I forgot, if you remember 9/11, when the 9/11 attacks happened and they diverted planes and they went to Newfoundland to a small town. This play was about that town getting ready to bring in 2,000 passengers in a town of probably about 2,000.
So they made a play out of that?
Yes. And it was fucking awesome.
Fantastic.
So in the playbill, like the character list was about this long. Mm-hmm. They all doubled up.
What do you mean?
They would be townspeople. Then they would do a quick change. Just super quick, and then be aircraft passengers. So good. It was absolutely fantastic. I was pleasantly surprised. Walked out of there. I was like, I'm glad we did this. But I forgot about that part. I forgot about
us on the culture scale.
He's definitely cultured.
Absolutely.
I thought I saw some.
Well,
breed.
somebody in this room's got to be fucking cultured.
I thought I saw a charcuterie board outside. I wasn't sure,
But I forgot about the planes being diverted to
Say,
Newfoundland.
I can't
I
spell
completely
it.
forgot about that. And then once I saw it, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, they did a very, very good job.
So exactly why was
Very
I going to
cool.
wait? Let's backtrack for a second. Why am I going to feel bad? Because the play was about 9/11 or about a plane?
No, you're just a dickhead.
Oh, okay.
You're just a
I just wanted
dickhead.
to see.
You wake up as a dickhead.
No, I just wanted to see why I was going to feel. You're like, you're going to feel so bad. I'm like, well, why?
No, it's just you're a dickhead.
Okay. So
That's all.
do they say that in the play? Did you learn that at the theater? Because that doesn't sound very.
No, I learned that a long time ago
Okay.
when I met you.
See, but you should probably expand your horizons and learn from the play. You're not being very play-like. You don't
You're
seem
right.
like a typical Aronoff visitor.
I go as often as I can
Hmm.
if there's something worth going to see.
How was the house that night?
It was packed.
There you go.
Absolutely
See?
packed.
Us people here in Cincinnati, we like all culture.
Well, I don't go to the play. Do you go to plays much? Dan?
He does. You don't leave Anderson Township.
That's
hardly,
not true. That's not true. But I don't go to
unless they go to
The last time
a Republican meeting on the west side.
The last time
That's
I
when you
was
leave.
at the Aronoff Theater to see a show was several years ago,
What show was it?
and the show was Jersey Boys
Oh, that's a good one. I've seen
about
that
Frankie Valley.
one. I've seen that one. That's a good one.
And it's, what?
Yeah,
It was a good show.
He's like, ooh.
I've seen it. It's good. It's good shit.
He's like,
If it
ooh.
comes to your town, if you're watching this, if it comes to your town, go watch it. It's fucking great.
But Paula has been there a lot to the theater, a lot more than I have.
No, I'm not a big
Yeah.
theater going.
Well, you don't. You don't dress like you go
I
to theater
don't. I
either.
don't. Well, don't judge.
Oh, I judge bigger and shit.
But
Just because you can wear a fucking suit and tie
But
occasionally,
to be honest,
fuck off.
I'm not a big going. I don't enjoy going downtown very much. I'm just not
Yeah.
comfortable downtown.
You sit tight.
No, I just
in
don't,
your
I
fucking
don't-
bubble.
Not bubble. I just don't enjoy downtown.
You don't want to go down and avail yourself of the streetcar?
I,
all
you
that
know what?
sort of thing?
Have you been on the streetcar?
I
I've
have not.
never
No,
been.
I have never set foot on the
I will
streetcar.
never do the street card ever.
Well, aren't a lot of theater goers partaking in the streetcar? Or no, doesn't it go right in front?
I think it goes by the Aronoff,
Yeah, it
doesn't it?
does.
I think it
Yeah,
does.
I drive my vehicle.
Mm.
I drive my vehicle. I park my vehicle. Very easy to get in. Very
I
easy to get
have.
out.
Wait.
And Jill said, "How
wait,
can you say you don't like something you've never
I
tried?"
have. I did say the last show I went to go see. What did I go see? Book of Mormon. There. How's that? Book
Okay.
of Mormon.
Actually, I do remember you posting about
That's
it.
right.
And
No,
you said it was
no.
a great time. I do remember
I
that.
don't think I said that.
No, you did.
I do.
Don't make me go
Do
back.
you have proof?
I'll go back to my Facebook and
I
find
don't
it.
think you said that. I don't think I said that. But anyway, listen, I'm happy that it's
Although
there.
you post like a son of a
I
bitch,
do.
so
It's going to take you.
it will take me 2
years,
years to get
to find. But no, listen, I'm not.
you
knocking
post
per
like
se.
a
I'm just
fucking
saying
high school
well,
girl.
You post like a 16-year-old girl. Listen, I just say it just wasn't my necessarily cup of tea. I don't have the patience. You could tell. I don't have the patience to sit there. I barely have the patience to sit through a movie. So there we are. But I will say there is food there, so that's kind of cool.
And these are choices though. These
Yeah,
are
they
choices.
and I'm glad you went.
But you blast me for
I
going.
did not blast you. I did question your sexuality a bit, but that's neither here nor there.
Right. And you went to see Book of Mormon for fuck's sakes.
I was a guest.
I went to see a 9/11
I would,
show.
Oh, you didn't even know what
You
it was
didn't know
about.
what it was
Give me a
about, though.
break.
It doesn't matter. I was there.
Give me a break. Do you see how I did? I went and saw it about 9/11.
I've seen
Like
I've
you went
seen
and saw-
Lion King.
Like you went and saw a play about Braveheart or
You
something.
gonna call
Give
me
a break.
You gonna call me a little kid because I saw Lion King?
Hey, listen, Tuta Matata or whatever they say.
Hakuna Matata.
Whatever.
You
I don't
douche.
know. I don't watch.
God,
I
you're
don't
a
have the
douche.
200 videos of Disney flicks. in
God,
front
you're
of
a
me or
douche.
Whatever. See,
But I love you.
I love
You're
you
fine.
too.
I saw those things ad nauseum because my kids were growing up during that time. And
Hey, can we move on?
Yeah, let's move
all
the
the
show.
Disney.
Can we move on to how about Wyatt Hendrickson winning the NCAA wrestling championship?
Great video here.
so
President Trump
Walks in.
made a point to go to Philadelphia. He could have gone anywhere else in
Anywhere,
the country,
right?
and he wanted to see the wrestling championship. You have something
we
to
should
say?
we should be so glad in this country that we have a president that recognizes hard work, that appreciates effort, that those things are rewarded. And I don't think there are a few other sports that personify that more than wrestling does.
And when's the last time
Not only
any major person has paid? I mean, it's easy to go to football games. It's easy to go to the Final Four. He takes time out of his day to go, like you just said, go to the wrestling
NCAA
wrestling finals as a sitting president of the United States. And I think it's cool because the reception he got was huge. And then this happened, which is awesome.
Yeah. And then Philadelphia, by the way, which is not exactly mega country.
No, it's not.
And Trump walks in there.
You sound like Jesse Smollett.
Well,
you're telling me it's not. This is MAGA country.
Yeah, but Philadelphia is not exactly mega country. But Trump walks in there like he owns the place, and the place went absolutely. We don't have the video of him walking in.
I don't have his entrance.
Yeah. But when he walks in, I mean, the place just went bonkers, man. It was awesome. And they're USA. It was fantastic.
But this Wyatt Hendrickson upset, and they're calling it the biggest upset NCAA wrestling history. Gable Steveson, who was an Olympian. He was a gold medal Olympian. And this kid came in who was with the Air Force Academy, had another year of eligibility to go back to Oklahoma State, and that's who he won it with. But the accolades that he did, he has like 20-year records that he's broken at the Air Force Academy outside of Oklahoma State. But this video was just it gives you chills, and you see how excited this fucking guy is.
That's pretty cool.
And what I didn't have right in front of that is
the salute.
Yeah, he went right to the corner of the mat, pointed to the president, and gave a complete military salute.
Very sharp salute. Very sharp.
And it was so fucking cool to see that.
It was cool.
And in fact, like he tried to go to the NFL, tried to go to the WWE.
I didn't know that.
Like that's all like in his, but he had that extra year to be able to do some shit
because of COVID.
Yeah, because of COVID.
Right.
But he ended up upsetting the sitting Olympic gold medalist.
Hey man,
that's cool. That is very cool.
It's great.
That's what it's all about, man.
And the fact is that like I said, Trump, I think this is reflective of how Trump ran his campaign. I mean, Trump kind of seems to have, and maybe I'm wrong here in reading more into it, but I think that Trump has kind of his finger on the pulse of just the guy's a billionaire, right? But he just relates to the common man so easily. And Trump just makes a connection with John Q. Public. I think so. Trump, I mean, instead of when you make that much money, sometimes you forget what everyday people like. And he doesn't seem to do that. He maintains his connection.
He could have been anywhere else Saturday night versus Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the NCAA wrestling championship.
That's MAGA country.
I mean, it's just so weird. Like,
well, I wouldn't say it's
and I think
the heart of MAGA country.
I mean, I think he knew that kid was wrestling, but to bring Elon was there. Shit, there was a whole slew of his, he
had a bunch of his regulars there.
Whole slew of his peeps that were there. He's like, hey, let's go. Let's do it. I don't know why, but I know he likes competitive sports. Obviously, he does UFC. He goes to UFC all the time. But I think he knew that, this guy was, he's a military guy. He's a second lieutenant in the Air Force.
I think it's great.
I think it's fantastic.
Fantastic story. And you know what? That might be one of the reasons that his popularity level is at an all-time high right now. given everything. And you factor in that he's done, I mean, if you consider what he's done in 60 days, plus or minus 60 days, it's absolutely amazing.
Well, I see all these, again, we'll go back to our friends, the libtards who put stuff out there. Every time Trump takes a trip on Air Force One, well, there's another $4 million. There's with this spending all this money, talking about balancing the budget, blah, 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 all this shit. Look, how many times did Biden go on vacation?
Not only
when
that,
he was
not a lot, but not only that. Can I remind?
How many times did Obama go?
Well, but can I remind the liberals and everyone else in the audience, how many times did we hear at like 3:00 in the afternoon? The White House is putting a lid on everything. We're going to put a lid on it, folks. We're shutting down the White House, and Joe Biden would disappear. They said, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe Biden wouldn't really get started till like 10:00 in the morning. Was it 9 or 10?
Yeah.
Now the rumor mill is
I want that job. That's my perfect retirement job.
But
right
the
there.
rumor mill, what I've heard of Donald Trump is the man gets like 3 or 4 hours sleep a night, and then he's just a complete and utter workaholic. He just works nonstop. And you know what? That's the kind of guy I do want as president of the United States. And even if he does take Air Force One down to Florida, down to Mar-a-Lago, he's doing work not only on the plane, but he's doing work when he gets there. So Joe Biden, was he doing work on the beach when he was sitting in Delaware?
No, he was sleeping.
He was sleeping.
Well, that or he's sleeping or trying to walk back.
Right. Trying to shuffle along the sand because that's shifting and it's difficult.
I'm 45 and it's hard for me to walk through sand.
No lie.
Well,
I'm not judging that aspect of it, but I'm on vacation at the beach. I ain't doing shit for work, but I'm also not the fucking president.
You're not the president of the United States.
Correct.
That has
Correct.
that at any moment, there's always a camera on you. You should probably be putting your best foot forward. And, as the president of the United States, you want to project at least a picture of power. I mean, come on.
Tyler S says 10-3 sounds like a great shift.
It does sound like
I would love that shift.
But if you look, there are stories out there being pushed by those on the left. I saw one headline earlier today saying that Trump White House insiders say that he's not even in the office half the day and he's not doing anything. That he's incapable of doing anything, and so they're trying to gin up these narratives again.
He's not doing anything. He's done more.
But I'm saying that there are people out there who are going to see that and people who are going to believe it.
He's done more in 60 days as president of the United States than almost any other president has done, at least in my lifetime, in the first year plus of his administration. And I'd also like to add, he's been in front of the media more in 60 days than Joe Biden probably has done his whole political career, which is like 54 years, somewhere in that range. So I'm sorry, there's just no comparison. You can throw your stones, you can have your narratives, you can, but I'm not going to forget history, and you're not going to tell me of what I've experienced and what I've lived through. And if it's sad that Dan's right, there'll be a lot of people out there that may read the headline and just not delve into the story, and they might believe a headline or two, but it's just simply not accurate information.
Oh, we got a friend of ours in the chats, Josh Girth. Welcome, Josh.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah. J-Dog.
Your Excellency, Josh Girth. We appreciate you being here. Thank you.
What? Excellency?
That's what I was calling.
Oh, jeez.
Because he's still a sitting trustee.
Look at that face.
Did he post any?
Who put the face up there?
Did he post any profound comments?
Did you do that?
No, just an emoji.
Right.
Just a weird emoji.
Whatever.
Just a weird emoji, just like a politician would.
Hi, Josh.
Oh, gee.
Well, how about we do this? How about we picked up a new sponsor the other day?
I think we have a commercial for him, don't we?
Not yet.
Play it with no sound. I don't know what's wrong with you. Why are you dissing me like this? Go ahead, play it.
I'm not dissing you.
Just play it.
I'm not dissing
Just
you.
play it.
I don't have it dialed up in here because we were.
Is that disrespectful?
A little bit.
I think so.
I mean, all the time and effort you put into that.
Well, it really didn't.
You know?
But that's okay. Don't tell me. But anyway, let's read the.
Well, there are times in life when it is good and often necessary to have things that are the same. I think you might agree with that. Something like a part for your car, right? They should all be the same. Something like ammo for your firearms. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
You agree. Fast food, right? I mean, I want the burger at my favorite drive-thru in Anderson Township.
Consistent.
to taste like the one I get when I'm going to like Mineral Springs, Arkansas, place like that.
Known for their fast food.
But sometimes you want something that is not the same.
Trying to help them out here.
And that's when you check out our friends at Murphy Engraving. Brothers Kevin and Brian Murphy have been creating one-of-a-kind gifts, business items, glassware, keepsakes, and more since 2022. Murphy's laser engraving and customizing transforms anything made of wood, plastic, slate, or stainless steel into something unique and worthy of being treasured for a lifetime. If your business needs 2,000 placards or that special athlete or student deserves a custom award, then Murphy Engraving is the family-run business that will get it done. Check out what they've been making and what their customers are saying by scrolling through the Murphy Engraving Facebook page. And Andrew, you know about Facebook. You know how to.
I don't agree with Facebook. It's all fake.
So trust me, there's no one here who spends more time on Facebook.
I'm on it right
than
now.
Pappas. Are you on it right now?
I'm responding to Mr. Girth.
There you go.
Go ahead.
But so Murphy Engraving and Murphy Engraving, we are American made and a great new sponsor of the One More I'm Out of Here podcast. And we thank them very much for that. So do us a favor and check them out on Facebook at Murphy Engraving. There you go.
I'll second Dan, because I'll tell you this: you can something that when you personalize something, and engrave it, it really adds just a really, really sentimental value. Just the simplest of items. So I highly recommend people look into that.
And so the next time I read this, when I talk about getting a burger, my favorite burger at Anderson Township drive-thru.
Yeah, no, it was the Arkansas.
I say, Mineral Springs, Arkansas.
Yes, fast food capital of the world.
I want you come up with a different town next time.
Why is that on me? You're the one that came.
Well, just think about it. I mean, this is a fun part of the commercial.
The Mineral Springs?
Yeah, you come up with a different off the beaten track.
Have you been to Mineral Springs?
I have not.
Is that what makes it funny?
But I'm just saying.
All right,
our buddy Josh Girth said they are the official engraver for the Anderson Fireman's Festival this year.
How about that?
Isn't that
now? See, now that's good. Here. That would have been good to know that, Josh.
Josh, I wish you would have said that 5 minutes ago.
Thanks for filling us in.
I already knew that, though. I already knew that. And then Kevin Murphy's in there. Boom, love it. What a great voice and so hot.
We do have a commercial.
You make it sound hot.
We have a commercial too, but whatever. Video.
Kevin, he wanted it to sound like fucking Tinkerbell, and
it's magic. It's called magic sound.
It's like Tinkerbell.
It's like jazz hands.
Well, we need to fix it, buddy. Before we put that.
Well, what are you going to put behind it? Some Romeo Void?
Oh, I wish, but they flag it every time. They can't. I mean, they won't let me play Romeo Void.
You got to use canned music,
non-copyrighted, free whatever.
Public domain
music. But anyway,
where else are we gonna go from here? It's a fucking shit show. I love it.
It's a little bit disjointed.
I love it. Oh, we had your more Tesla bullshit.
Oh yeah, let's play some of that, because this Tesla shit. Like I just announced, the Tesla. Bombs discovered in Austin at a Tesla dealership, incendiary devices. But, I mean, I heard the leftists discuss today if this is actual terrorism. Well, Dan, I got to ask you a question. Jason, if you're planting incendiary devices, would that not be considered terrorism?
I would think that would be definitely terrorism.
So why are we having this discussion? I mean, I just don't understand when we as a society are going to finally have enough of this shit and say enough is enough and throw the book at these people.
Where exactly were the incendiary devices discovered?
At a Tesla dealership in Austin, Texas. 4 hours ago.
But with this video that we're going to show, that it stuff you sent me, but I found a video of it versus the
pictures.
Versus the website you sent me. If this was your house, let's just hypothetically say this was your house. The building was your house. Would you be upset?
But I saw this video the other day, and look, there's people going in and out.
No one's stopping.
They're spraying that with that is like, what is that?
80 Tesla vehicles were vandalized.
What are they using to spray paint that with?
Many had scratches and some.
That's like a high-powered.
That's like a really
sprayer for
pressure
paint.
Washer. Yeah.
It's like a pressure washer.
And they're out there.
They got
shooting
paint
that
running
stuff.
through. Is that how they're doing it?
I don't know.
So if that were to happen to your house, would that not be considered vandalism? At least, at the very least,
it would be vandalism at the
yeah.
least.
At the very least.
Well,
And then you go into the lot and you scratch and whatever.
vandalize, the word you're looking for, vandalize.
Well, what about when you throw toilet paper up in someone's tree in their front yard? Is that considered vandalism?
Not really.
I mean,
That's considered. That would be like more nuisance than vandalism.
All right.
That's nuisance and vandalism because it's not
permanent damage.
paint's not permanent damage, but it takes money.
No,
it
paint-
takes money
Paint's
to fix
fairly
it.
permanent.
I would think it's permanent.
What I'm saying is toilet paper is not.
Right.
Yeah.
Paint is.
Right.
So it takes money to be able to fix your house if it's painted.
I just,
Toilet paper will go away. Now I have this one as well. I just want to make sure I got the right.
Criminal damaging, criminal trespassing. I mean, yeah, any number of those.
It's all fucking bullshit.
But I thought I knew what assault was, so I'm not.
Well, and that was going to be my next question.
Right. So I'm really not the one to be asking about what legal.
That was going to be my next question. This fucking idiot. This fucking ass clown. Oh shit!
Stalled it.
Playing it in the wrong way.
Playing it the wrong way.
Playing it in the wrong way.
Oh, is this
I'll
another
replay it.
Tesla douchebag?
Well, I think he's barefoot and he's wearing.
He's
pajamas.
wearing jammy pants.
Yeah, he's wearing pajamas.
I mean, just scrape that key right across the fucking car. I
want. Where was this? I can't remember. Does it say where it was? Because I remembered. I read the article on it.
Is there still a proliferation of these videos out there? Have these people not caught
know
on
where
yet?
this was.
That these
Cars videoing.
cars are equipped with cameras all over the
So
place?
Tesla sent an update,
Yes.
and what their update is, Tesla has an update for their cars. It's not installed yet, but not only is it videoing, but if someone's like really close to your car, now the car, in Sentry mode, it's going to start playing loud music on the inside of the car to alert, to scare these people off. And that's what they're trying to do. But when are we have enough? I mean, when is enough enough? When is they understand they're not hurting Tesla from this? As a matter of fact, Tesla's stock went up today quite a bit.
Yeah, Tim Walz, the stock went up, so
Tim Walz is
get a
like
little
this.
boost on that, you cocksucker.
Did you show the video? Did you show the pajama guy? Did we see it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
we just
didn't
saw
see it on the screen.
Way to pay attention
Well,
to this
I
show.
can't see
No,
it.
it was there. It was there. You
You know what
looking
this reminds me of, though?
So,
me getting ready for every podcast.
Legs
That's
are-
what it reminds me of.
leg
No,
exercise?
no. These people who continue to damage these Teslas, even though everyone should know by now that if you approach a Tesla, then video is going to start rolling. I think it works on a proximity thing, right? If it notices movement within a certain range, it's going to start. Those cameras are going to start recording.
And there's a lot of cameras.
So even though they should know that they're going to be recorded, they do it anyway.
Mhm.
But this reminds me of, you remember the show To Catch a Predator?
Oh, dude, I'm trying to get him on the podcast. I've actually been talking with his
Yeah.
publicist.
But even though these guys realized that the likelihood they're actually chatting with a 14 or a 13-year-old girl in a chat room, and the likelihood that they're going to meet up at some motel in the middle of nowhere.
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen, yeah, what a
Dude,
great guy.
he's fucking awesome. And I've been working with his publicist. I want him on the fucking podcast.
But
And it's working.
even though
It's close.
once so many of these things got exposed, and the word had gotten out
It's funny.
that dude, you are not chatting with a 13-year-old girl on the internet. It's a cop.
Right.
It's a dude.
It's
It's some hairy ass man who's a 45-year-old detective with the Union Township Police.
Andrew Pappas.
why do you say hairy ass? I don't understand that.
I'm just saying. That's who you're chatting with, and every keystroke is being recorded. Every picture of your junk is being recorded.
Oh my gosh.
It's all there, but yet they continue to do it,
Right. So it served as
even
a
though they
deterrent.
know.
It served as a deterrent after a while. But so why is this not doing it? Why are we still see these people?
Because
still-
they're sick.
they're sick.
There's
Exactly.
something. I mean, they have some kind of mental
They have-
deficiency.
they have-
Well, I think half of them are so retarded, not thinking in the fact that a Tesla has those capabilities.
Right.
A
How
lot
could you
of
not know?
but a lot of them don't.
Well,
I'm just telling you, a lot of them do not know.
I would love to see, take out the fact that it doesn't hurt Elon Musk. This is private property. A lot of these people are actually Democrats that you're hurting their cars anyway.
And it's actually the dealer, the guy that franchised the dealer from Elon Musk is the one that's eating that shit. It's not Elon Musk.
Here's the deal, though. I'm sure that there's insurance. The dealers have insurance for cars on their lots.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, let me ask you guys a question. Do insurance companies lose money?
No,
never.
No. So when they have a loss, what happens to the rest of our rates?
They all go up.
We all pay more.
That's right. So all we're really doing is hurting ourselves. The insurance company, you're not hurting them. You are inconveniencing people. You're inconveniencing dealers and personal people. But I mean, listen, again, like we discussed earlier, Tim Walz, let's wrestle. Okay, let's fight. AOC says words like fight all the time.
Yeah.
And the left, I can't even have quiet enjoyment of a meal at a pancake house. So I mean, the left just seems to be hell bent on this violent, direction that they've taken, and it's concerning. I've mentioned it. I've been talking about this for months, how we've been going down this road since the election, because they just can't handle. And don't come back with January 6th, because I swear to God, I'm gonna hurl if I hear that one more time.
Well, and that's
don't forget I got your guy here.
It does. You have to put on Sentry mode, but Joe's right. Tesla's only recording when it's on Sentry mode, but I think every Tesla owner, when they leave their vehicle now, is probably putting it on Sentry mode.
All right. Well, let's play this this video of this D-bag that I saw the other day, and I sent it to Jason, and I said, let's profile this dude on the show. Here we go.
This actually, yeah, and it rolls right into what we're talking about. Let's see.
There we go.
Hello, my name is Scarlett Kelly, and I am officially declaring war on the Republican Party. If you are a Republican on TikTok and you want to interact with me, you deserve to die. You deserve to be shot. You deserve whatever suffering could possibly come to you. If you are a Republican and try to start any of that kind of nonsense with me in person, you will lose your life. This is war. I am not joking. It's done. You are not an American anymore. You're out. You're off the list. You've been naughty. Like, come on. We're going to start giving you the coal, and in the form of massive stones on top of a slab of wood on top of you.
What's wrong with you?
This motherfucker is going to tell me I'm
Go
not
back and hit the bong there, brother.
Can I ask you a question?
This motherfucker is going to tell me I'm not an American.
Does he pluck his eyebrows, or are those drawn in? I'm not sure. I'm not positive.
This motherfucker. Oh my God.
I mean, I've got eyebrows, but they're not.
You sent me that. I've never laughed so fucking hard in my entire life. I watched that thing fucking 2 times, and I was trying to figure out what Democratic militia he was going to be a part of. What was it? Jim Jones. He wants to go be part of a or we'll just call Waco. He can go join Waco.
Dave Koresh?
Yeah, the Koresh.
Well, even that guy, I'm not even calling for that guy to be silenced. And all we're doing is just pointing out the ridiculous.
He can say his words. Say your words all day
long.
The
ridiculousness of his argument.
But you're making threats. You're making threats.
That guy has the same mindset as Andrew's bath and tile buddy, who wanted to, prove his manlyhood and his manliness.
Douche canal.
Out there behind the, I won't say the. Did we say the name of the establishment?
We did.
On Beachmont Avenue.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put them in a bad light.
I would love a debate, a live debate.
Well, but here's the problem.
Can we get it?
We've had
Can we make that happen?
Wait, let me ask you a question. We've had a debate. We try to be civil, have a debate of ideas, right? We're discussing things. And at the end of the day, do you want to be near someone that has a proven record of not being able to control their emotions? That's my point. My point is, what's the debate anymore? The debate is one side seems to be civil, or at least doesn't have a history of violence. The other side now, and it's only been 2 months, I have a fear it's going to get worse. We have leaders like Dan's looking at right now that are just pushing racist and, just divisive propaganda and driving people into this frenzy where they feel their only recourse is violence. And, sadly, we're still the United States of America. Has democracy ended? Let me ask you that question, guys. Has democracy ended in the last 60 days? No,
definitely not.
So violence, until I start hearing the left saying violence is not the answer, not necessarily let's talk it out, because we're just not going to agree. But violence is not the answer, and one side needs to rein in and control their rabid base, which seems to think that violence. Let me tell you, I don't really want there to be violence. I really don't, because I don't think that the leftists are picking a fight. One side is very pro-gun, one side is not pro-gun. You don't see what I'm saying? You don't want. This is not a good answer here, and I don't think it should be or promoted.
Yeah,
and sadly, I think it's being.
I think there are those of us who are prepared for such an eventuality. But we certainly hope that it never comes to pass.
I hope it never comes.
The unfortunate thing is there are people that see that video, and they fucking grab onto it, and that's because they don't think for themselves. They think for what is told to them, and you have people like this, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to follow that guy." I mean, it's just like I literally enjoy nothing more than getting on TikTok and following Charlie Kirk. When he's on the when he's on the college campuses, and just annihilating these fucking idiots
with words
that are not educated.
Right?
They think they're educated because they're in college.
They're in college,
right? And he tells them, "You're wasting 4 years of money."
Can't argue with that.
And he does such a great job, I absolutely love that.
Well, take for example, like locally, we have a great Riley Gaines ambassador with Olivia Krelchik. Okay, the girl that was from UC. They got
Riley Gaines.
No, she's a Riley Gaines ambassador.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She tries to go speak at universities.
From UC.
UC.
She's the one that wrote the paper at UC
and used the term biological male.
Yeah, biological male. Oh my God, the horror. Yeah.
So, but my point is, she goes and she's a Riley Gaines ambassador. She goes and speaks at other schools, and she goes up to Washington. I think she was in Washington State. And what do? Rather than let her speak, the threat of violence is so great they have to cancel these events. So I'm asking you, you're like, well, let's have a debate. They don't want debate. They want to silence you. And tell me again the side that's for free speech and for discussion of ideas. And if you disagree with them or wander too far from the liberal plantation that they've placed you on, the answer for the left seems to be only violence to either shut you up, keep you from speaking, or just somehow intimidate you from having expressing your ideas. That is not American. It's not right, and should be rejected by everybody. Boy, that was good.
Pretty good speech right there.
That wasn't bad, was it?
Jesus,
not bad at all.
No, that wasn't bad.
And I was going to say something, I forgot what it was.
Did you sleep all night last night?
I mean, I don't know. This stuff kind of comes to me.
Hey, can I ask your guys' opinion on this?
I remember what it was, but it's all right.
Go ahead, Dan.
No, well, think back to the campaign, and this was not that long ago. Weren't we being told by, again, our friends on the left, that if Trump gets in office, that there's going to be concentration camps, that women are going to lose their rights?
That's right.
Remember the women that dressed up like characters from The Handmaid's Tale?
Maid's Tale.
Which is a reference I don't get because I've never seen that show. Does anyone know what that show is about?
I think it's a play.
No.
Is it a play? I don't know.
It's a play. It's playing at the Airloft.
I mean, I had on Jason. Cincinnati Right to Life on my show the other night, and I
never heard of her.
And she had not seen that show either.
Jason saw it.
Never heard of her.
Jason saw the play.
But all these I
heard Handmaids. Okay.
Handmaid's Tale. Have you seen that? Do you know what that show is?
No, I heard Handmaids.
Tell us what that show's about.
I have no
idea. You're the
idea.
cultured one.
No idea.
Share with us. Share with us.
Never heard of her.
Share with us Cro-Magnons.
Never heard of her.
Knuckle draggers.
My pants are on. I've never heard of her.
But again, all these terrible things have never happened under Trump, but yet we were told that they were.
Sky is falling.
So, here we are, what I forget. We need to keep a running tab of how many days into the administration we are
before democracy ends.
But what are we? Are we 60 days in yet?
60 days.
About 60 days or so into the administration.
60 days and 60 plus 5, somewhere there, 60.
4 score and a couple of days.
Easy
something
now.
like that.
Easy, big boy.
But
yeah, you're not there yet, bud.
All these terrible things that we were told were going to happen during the campaign haven't happened. And yet we're supposed to believe that, the mega is crumbling. People are having buyer's remorse. and that Trump can't work a full day in the White House.
If that was true, his polls would be reflecting it. Sadly for them, the opposite is true. And we're seeing that Donald Trump, and if you factor in, I think it's most amazing because it's not like he's doing nothing. The man is moving at light speed, and and the Democrats don't know which way to react. So, and his poll numbers are going up. So I think what you're seeing is a reflection that the American people, now, yeah, you'll see some people protest. I saw that
Jay Hunt, Pappas had a moment of clarity.
Thanks, Joe. Joe.
That's awesome.
Well, anyhow,
that is great.
It was good. I just think that, listen, accept it. It's popular. Apparently the majority of American people support this president. That's his poll numbers. I know I support the president. And let's be fair. No one, and even on the Democrat side, no one is going to be perfect in any endeavor. So there will be missteps. There will be mistakes. There will be things that he probably could do different. But rather than dwell on them, I'm focusing on overall, and I support the man. And so far, I think he's done a fantastic job, and I hope it continues. And most importantly, he's placed in positions very competent individuals that are doing the people's work. I mean, I'm really happy. I mean, Bondi, we go down the list, Rubio, yeah. Bondi. I don't understand why people, let me ask you this. Why are people that have Ukrainian flags on their avatar, I support Ukraine. Why are they not pleased that there's been at least a temporary cessation of hostilities, a ceasefire, a limited ceasefire in Ukraine? Isn't that a good thing?
Less people dying, you would, generally speaking, you would consider to be a good thing.
I mean, I encourage these people. Dan, I sent both you guys. We don't share the videos, but you notice I've been sending you the videos of those drones.
I know, but
I don't want to share them. But my point is, it's so disgusting.
Whatever platform you take them off of, I don't have it on my phone, so I can't play them.
Jesus, whatever.
What, Instagram?
Hi, Andrew. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, this is your world, right? But my point is,
I've been living in this.
I know, but here's my point. If you follow some of these videos, or at least see the video, the way that war is being waged with this third-person shooter drones killing of people, it's a good thing that fewer people are dying. It's a good thing there's been a cessation of violence. That is, if you are pro-Ukrainian, wouldn't you be pro fewer people dying, Dan? I mean, I'm asking a question here.
Didn't I just say that?
Yeah, so why are they
I just said that.
I know, but say it again. With
that
enthusiasm.
If you are pro-Ukrainian, there are a lot of Ukrainians who are dying in this war.
Exactly.
So if you are pro-Ukrainian, then you would think that fewer people dying would be a good thing.
That's the worst one. That one I think is one of the worst ones, because you have
right into the pipe.
Right, this guy is hiding in a field of in a pile of pipe,
Jesus.
And what do? They fly the drone into the pipe and blows it outside the pipe and kills the guy. Now, yes, war is hell. I get it, but this kind of, it seems to me to be even more. I don't know what the word would be, because it's detached, but it's not detached. You know what I mean? You drop a bomb, you don't actually follow the bomb down by first-person viewer. These guys are now flying the drone bombs right into their enemy, and they're sitting there watching it, and people are dying. And, I'm not saying I know the answer here, but isn't a cessation of violence a good thing, that we can have a chance to have some sort of discussion? Because I can tell you this, I don't think the conflict's going to be decided militarily. I don't think it is. It's been going on for what, 3.5 years?
Yeah, it's got it. Yeah. But as we speak, members of the Trump administration are in Saudi Arabia right now, meeting with members of the Putin administration, meeting with members of Zelensky's group, and they're working on a diplomatic solution right now, which is something that never
would have happened.
Never would have happened, and it never did happen under Biden-Harris. So I mean that right there.
So why
if you just look at that on the face of it, right? What did Trump do? What did Biden do? Just look at those two things and don't put any spin on it, one way or the other. What is happening with Trump? What happened with Biden? Look at those two things and compare. And if you can't tell me a real life difference between those two things, then
decisively, that we're seeing
something's wrong with it.
That we're seeing results under Donald Trump, just because of your hatred for the man as a partisan, that you're going to say it's not good that we're having frugal discussions of trying to find a peaceful resolution to this conflict. Look, World War II, if you think about it, like we discussed before, World War II, the United States, at least from our perspective, started in 41, was over in 45, 4 years. The Ukrainian conflict, a much smaller scale, right? Geographically,
unbelievable,
has been going on for 3.5 years. So you cannot just continue to have this conflict. The Ukrainian people can't survive it. The Russians can, primarily because they have a hell of a lot more people. So we have to find some sort of diplomatic.
If you can't figure that out for yourself, go watch the Michelle Obama podcast.
She's still on?
Is it on, or has she been canceled?
I think she's been canceled. I think we're going to do pigtails. She came out with pigtails trying to boost ratings, but I'm not sure.
Oh my God.
I'm seeing 12 YouTube viewers currently.
Awesome. Thank you.
I only see one like. I need you people to hit the like button.
Smash it. Don't just hit it.
Smash the like button.
Smash it.
Doesn't take much. All you got to do is it's a mouse click or what? A thumb touch.
Thumb touch.
I don't give a shit.
Hit that like.
But Dan had it up over here on his computer. But we've got 15 people in here. We've got one like. That's ridiculous. We'd take the views. I mean, the views
work. The views are great, but
the views hit the algorithm.
We want
so it's
active
fine.
Participants.
And our chats have been good. Our chats have been fucking rolling. So recognize we got Falk Arounds in here.
Always.
Love her.
Jay Hunt's here.
Love Bosco Autry, Jay Hunt. Let's see. Let me roll through a few more. Let's see.
Someone's questioning your like viewing. They said they're up to 9 likes, so I don't know.
Well, it's probably Dan's computer then. All right. Well, if you guys are doing it,
what's wrong with my computer?
Then I appreciate you. David J, I know is teaching a class. He was able to get in. Appreciate you. Jill Billy was in here. Josh Girth, obviously. Tyler S.
This is called Like the Fan Base. I like this. This is a good segment.
Yes. Our sponsor, Kevin Murphy, was in.
Thank you.
Oh. Some girl named Andrew Pappas. I've never heard of her. It's weird.
Andrea Pappas?
Andrea.
Is she hot?
But no, we appreciate everybody that comes in here. And Catherine Smith. Is it Catherine Smith? I scrolled past too fast.
What's our schedule for the upcoming week?
And that's the fun part. And that's
discuss that off the air.
I booked today. So it's up to you guys. I know Dan's got a busy schedule.
I do.
Well, we will get back to you, but I'm sure you'll hear us in the next couple of days.
All right. More nonsense to come.
More nonsense to come. No, you know what?
One more, I'm out of here.
No, before we fucking leave, because I got fucked. I got fucked the last show because we went over on topics and all the talking, and I love it. But let me ask your guys' opinion. I need this opinion. Because I love the teacher fucking a student fucking segment.
Why don't we put this up earlier?
Well, because
we got
really. Do you really want me to answer that?
There was a little lull in the action. You could have thrown this up there.
It's because I'm doing the shit over here on the computer. That's where the lull happens. You fucking dick.
You're producing the show as we're doing it.
You're a fucking dick.
He's a participant.
Well, I'm just giving him. I just gave you props, and you called me a dick.
Yeah. Teacher blames being too good looking for student sex charges. I want to read part of this.
All right.
So there's the pic. All right. So
that was probably not her finest hour.
What do you see right there? It's a mugshot. I get it. But what do you see right there, Andrew or Dan?
It's like she's got a bit of a black eye on
maybe she's got a little shadow under there.
Maybe
for a mugshot, I say that's probably a fairly, that's attractive. She's probably a very attractive young lady.
I've seen better.
What am I supposed to be seeing?
No, I'm just asking
I think she's
legitimate
opinion. I think she's probably very attractive.
Because as I read,
I don't think it's a dude.
As I read this article,
I hope it's not a dude. Please don't tell me it's a dude. I just called a dude attractive.
A soccer coach and special education teacher claims she's being accused of
It's always
sexually...
the special ed teachers. You notice that?
It's a chick.
Do I have to mute?
It's Christina.
I'm just saying it's always the special ed teachers. What's up with that?
And a soccer coach.
She claims.
And the
talk to Jimmy about that.
Yeah, we know somebody.
Jimmy, what's up?
Accused of sexually assaulting a student because she is, quote unquote, good looking, the Independent reports. Christina Formella, 30, who worked at Downers Should I go there?
No,
Not going to
don't
go there. Grove South High School in Illinois faces 1 count of aggravated criminal sexual abuse, 1 count of criminal sexual assault, and 1 count of aggravated criminal sexual abuse, all of which are felony charges after being arrested by detectives during a traffic stop last Sunday, March 16th. According to DuPage County Attorney's Office, Formella appeared in court last Monday and denied the sexual assault allegations, claiming everybody, in quotes, everybody comes after her because she is good looking and she is a good person who cared too much about the victim. Are you shitting me? So,
I mean, I can understand that thought.
I
can relate. I can kind of relate.
You're just misunderstood. You're just misunderstood.
I mean, it's because of a lot of reasons.
This is not the same teacher that forced the entire class to have orgies with each other wearing the screen masks.
No, because I'm going to that right now.
Oh my god,
I'm going to that right.
I thought we were doing just one show.
Sorry, no, we missed it last week because you guys talked too much.
Yeah, you talk too much.
Well, I mean, I don't want to do the other one.
Oh, we're doing
It's so gross.
Oh, we are so fucking.
So that teacher claims the kid got his phone and sent himself messages to himself as a blackmail scheme. I mean, it's theoretically possible.
Sounds like something Joy Reid would say.
Former Indiana teacher accused of forcing teen boys to have group sex with her. Look at this, Andrew. I'm not playing the video, but
no, don't see it. This one's twisted. This one's actually
this is sadistic and fuck.
Now this is this is in Indiana, Martinsville. Where is that? Does anyone know?
I have not.
Not familiar with.
I have not checked.
Indiana is our neighbor just next door.
I used to live in Indiana, but I don't know where Martinsville is.
Former Indiana teacher is facing several child molestation charges after being accused of forcing multiple teenage boys, some as young as 13, into having group sex with her.
This is gross. I don't want to talk about
so
this.
We'll go through like just real quick.
Please no.
She wanted all of them to wear Scream masks, the movie Scream.
She should be wearing them.
Her husband apparently was somewhat involved.
Oh my god.
In the fact where he threatened to kill them if
you don't bang my wife.
If you don't bang my wife and if you say something.
Listen, I hope that she is. I hope both of them go to jail for a long time. That's messing up. I mean, you can't. I mean, these stories are usually twisted, but this is taking on a new twisted.
I don't think this one's done yet, and I'm gonna deep dive into it.
Oh, you're gonna get deep.
I'm gonna deep dive into it.
That's great.
I'm going to make sure that I figure out how that ends.
I hope they go to jail for a very long period of time.
So do I.
I have obviously. Do you notice that it seems like most of the stories, maybe it's just the ones that get the press, most of the times.
If it's the quarterback fucking a hot, like the hot, like aide. Cool, got it.
That's how it was when I was in school anyway.
Shut your mouth.
Am I wrong?
When you're getting threatened to gang, you have to gang bang my wife.
Ask me this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is it, I would have thought that just simple, I guess, biologics, that it would, most of the stories would be a male teacher coming on to or assaulting or at least having an inappropriate whatever attraction to a female student, but it seems like most of the stories that we've been sharing,
the vast majority,
are the opposite.
Are the female teachers?
Is that true or is that not true? I mean,
it seems to me that
seems that way.
That the most that I see are the women who are doing this,
and that perplexes me. I'm perplexed. I don't understand.
I don't understand.
I do not understand because sadly, or at least weirdly, most of the time when we show, now there's been exceptions to the rule, trust me, but most of the times they show the picture and the female teacher is like mildly attractive. I'm like, why are you picking up a 13-year-old boy or 15-year-old boy? I don't understand it. So I don't know. Maybe someone can explain it to me.
A lot of the ones we've done in the past have been like 16, 17-year-olds. Yes. And I'm like, how can you not keep a secret? That's the problem.
Oh, you mean you're blaming the kid?
Got to ruin it for everyone.
I'm blaming the kid.
Well, the one
is it appropriate? No, it's not. But if I was a 16, 17-year-old, I ain't telling a goddamn soul.
The one that was that
if they're hot.
The one you
That's
shared.
how the Aviators did it.
The one you shared a few weeks ago, and there was an update on it. Someone commented, "It's like because the at least the alleged perpetrator was like, oof, and she was having a relationship, and someone said the kid should be beaten because she was so. He's like, the kid should be disciplined.
You deserve every bit of that.
You should be punished. The kid, I think it was the kid should be punished. It was pretty funny. But anyway, I think it's sick. But for some reason, we keep touching on these stories.
This is it's a
dealing
keeper
with.
segment.
It's a keeper. It's a it's part of the
I'll own it. I'll own it. I find that shit funny as hell.
Go on record, I don't like this, but that's okay.
That's right. You're on record.
I'm on record.
Hey guys, we love you. Subscribe,
Dan,
like,
you're not a big fan, are you?
tell a friend.
That whole story, like stuff, you don't like that.
What stuff?
The stuff we were just talking about. The teachers.
Oh, the teachers.
Download.
I don't know.
You wanted this to be like a hard
little
stop.
little bit goes a long way for
and
me.
you guys
Isn't
just
that
keep
the truth?
talking. So cool. Sounds good. We'll
I
let
do
you
what I
know
can.
when
That's
the
pretty
next show
appropriate
is.
to the subject.